Hello and welcome to episode 290 of the Wisdom and the Tangents podcast. Today, I am your host, John Mansfield, and today I am also your guest. It's a solo show. We're going to be talking about kind of adjacent to ghosting because it's a big deal. I hear a lot of people talking about it. I talk to y'all about how people are just ghosting. You talk to them, you even will send over pricing, maybe you even have a discovery call with them, and then crickets. They're just gone. They have fallen off the face of the earth and run away with another photographer. And it's sad. And it's frustrating. And some of that can be due to other issues, other things. But today I'm going to be talking about how for a lot of us, once you dive deep into the way that you run your business and the way that you talk to people, the way that you perform those discovery calls, and you're peeling back the little layers, you find that there's actually stuff that you're doing that's probably driving them to the ghosting. So let's dive into it. A lot of times we are prescribing without a diagnosis. So like going to the doctor and, you walk in, you're just like, hey, my head hurts. And the doctor's like, all right, cool, here you go. And just writes you a prescription for, hydrocodone or whatever. It might work. I mean, hydrocodone will probably knock you out. So you won't be feeling the headache anymore, but it's probably not going to help the root cause of why you're having the headaches in the first place. Are you stressed? Are you sleeping well? Are you eating or drinking? Did you recently get hit in the head with a baseball bat? All of these things could be the reason of your headache. But without a diagnosis, who's to know? And the same thing, a lot of times we get into these discovery calls and we're going through our packages. We're talking about the wedding day. We're kind of going through the same steps that we go with everyone. And we're like, this is what it looks like working with me. I show up at this time and we can do a first look, and then we can do these photos, and then we'll get ready for the ceremony. And then we'll have family photos and wedding party, and you just kind of go down the list, and that's fine. But you're trying to prescribe something to them, and you're being like, you're probably going into the call thinking of the 3 packages that are on your pricing list that you sent over, and you're like, if they book the biggest one, amazing. I will do a celebratory dance and treat myself to something fun, which I do anytime that someone buys my highest collection. I have made a point that I will go buy myself a slice of cheesecake because it's my favorite cheesecake. And we get to go out to a fancy dinner that's fancier than our normal fancy date nights. And I'll take my wife out and then we celebrate. And we also do a 10-second dance party when that happens. But I don't know why I just shared all of that. You can implement that into your business if you want to. But you're probably thinking this would be amazing if they booked the highest one. I have my middle package. That's where most people go to. And then the lowest one is just we don't really talk about that one too much. It's just kind of there for them to feel like they don't want to buy that one. So they're going to go up to the middle one. And you're kind of going in already thinking, they're probably going to go with the middle. They're probably going to go with the 8-hour package, whatever. So that's your mindset, and you're talking about that. We also, I don't know about you, but I get nervous talking about selling and talking about myself. I was raised in a very humility is the best. Pride in yourself and what you do, not good. Don't be prideful. And there was no differentiation between being prideful of bad pride, where you're putting other people down, and just being confident in yourself and saying, yeah, I am really good at this, which I have been saying to myself a lot more lately. I'm like, I am a good photographer. I am. But you can get nervous whenever you're going into selling, especially if you are a more humble person. It feels weird to sell. You just kind of want to put everything out on the table and just be like, here are your options. Now choose. I have burger, pizza, and I have a salad. What are you feeling like? I had to throw something healthy in there. And then let them choose instead of talking to them and getting an idea of what they want. That is the diagnosis part. So the best sales calls, the best discovery calls are the ones where you ask questions, the ones where you are listening. You're not talking. You're not going through your whole spiel. You're not going through your list of, okay, I got to hit this. I got to talk about this. I got to talk about the turnaround time and what the retainer fee is. You are asking questions. This is a time to ask questions, to get to know them and what they're wanting and what they need. A lot of times, if you just straight up ask them, they have no idea. I don't know what I need. It's like I just went and got new tires on our car, and they were like, all right, so what kind of tires are you looking for? I'm like, I don't know. Tires, not the cheapest ones. I would like these to last a little bit and be safe to drive in like the rain. But other than that, I don't need all-wheel drive, like off-road tires. But I don't know. And looking at these options, it doesn't make sense to me. So kind of like doing the same thing, you're doing the same thing to them whenever they show up, and you're just like, so what do you need? Are you looking for all day coverage? Are you looking for like an 8 hour, 6 hour? Are you eloping? What do you need? Instead of asking those questions about what you need, ask questions about them. Ask questions about like, what is important to you about your wedding day? What is it that like 5 years from now, when you're celebrating your 5-year anniversary and you're looking back through your album, what are the photos that you see in there? What are the moments that you want captured? And then that will give you some answers that you can then prescribe them a better package that fits what they're looking for. So ask questions. And then, and this is very important, ask follow-up questions. Don't just jump on to the next question. Don't have a list of questions to go through. Ask a question and then ask a follow-up. Ooh, tell me more about that. Or, yes, I need to know everything. Please go on. Because by asking follow-up questions, you're also showing them that you care about them. They're not just another number. They're not just another date on your calendar. They're not just another couple. They are someone that you want to get to know. That you want to know what makes their wedding different. What are they interested in? And you want to know deeper. Like you want to go deeper than just tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay, cool. Or how did you meet? And then they tell you that they met in college. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Did y'all meet at a party? Did you meet at the, I was going to say commissary. What is it called? Cafeteria. Commissary is military. Maybe they met in the military at the commissary. Who knows? You're not going to unless you ask questions. So ask questions, ask follow-up questions, and listen. Your client's experience extends far past the photo shoot and into the photo delivery service. Let's stop using boring old delivery services and clunky portfolio pages where you need to send like a 15-step direction page on how to even download the photos. Enter Pic-Time. Pic-Time is a gorgeous photo delivery service that is so customizable. You can incorporate your brand colors and logo, and you can customize how it looks for your clients, all while monitoring how they can download photos, what watermarks you have on there, and a bunch of security for their privacy, and so people aren't just downloading photos here and there. And the best part, which quite literally pays for itself, is the print shop. They have a lot of options with really high quality printers all across the states. Pic-Time also creates sales automations for just about every holiday, which you can easily set up and apply to galleries in minutes, making you extra money and serving your clients with high quality printed artwork. Because we don't want these photos dying on a computer somewhere. Right now, you can get your first month absolutely free by going to allheartphoto.com/pictime. That's allheartphoto.com/PICTIME and get 1 month free. Now, back to the show. And after you have listened and y'all have talked, then you can prescribe. But don't prescribe based on the hours. Don't just be like, okay, well, based on what you said, it sounds like an 8-hour day would fit well for you. Or it sounds like you're probably going to need 10 hours. Don't talk like that, because then it's just very much like, okay, well, can we do like a 9? Can we, it's very transactional. It's like buying 8 of the same item at Walmart. And it's like, actually, I'm going to need 10. Let's buy 2 more. And it's just a number. And it doesn't change anything from you that they just met with to Susie, photographer that they're meeting with in 2 hours over Zoom. And they're going to say the same thing and talk about hours. It doesn't change anything between the two of you. And then it's pretty much just price that they're looking at. So don't prescribe based on their hours and those kind of like deliverables of, well, you need a second photographer, or you need a drone coverage or a photo booth or whatever, or these albums. Prescribe based on what you do differently than others. Prescribe based on the moments that they have talked about that you were just listening to. You were actively listening when you were asking questions, and they were talking about how they have a really close-knit group of bridesmaids. They're all in the same group text. They all went to college together. It is just their squad, and they are so close. And they're so excited to spend the day with them. Then don't talk about, well, I think you need a 10-hour day so that you can get getting ready photos with your friends. Talk about, you have such a close-knit group. Like, we're obviously going to get the traditional candids of, hair and makeup kind of finishing up and all that. And maybe like a pajama shot of everyone in your matching PJs or flannels or whatever y'all are doing. But like, it would be so cool to build in some time during the day to get y'all some mimosas. Head out on the balcony, bring the little Bluetooth jukebox, and just have a little dance party out there. Y'all just living it up as your group right before you get married. And like painting the picture for them of, oh yeah, this would be cool. I didn't even think about that. That would be amazing. And yeah, we would need a little bit of extra time. Let's go with the 10-hour package. So you're prescribing based on what they already said that they wanted, what was important to them, and not just 8 hours, 10 hours, 6 hours. Here we go. So what you're going to do is listen to what matters most, ask follow-ups to the questions that you asked, and then speak to what they just told you is important. That is a great discovery call. That is great to do on social media, to speak to what you're hearing from people, to speak about what you've heard from past clients. I mean, like, hey, I had this couple who they wanted this, and then we talked about these different options, and then found out that this other thing was actually really important to them. So we changed their entire engagement session to be at this location that is really important to them, and they loved the photos more than they ever could have with just the regular park that we were planning to go to. Like, talk about that on Instagram. That is engaging. That shows that you are a professional, that you know what you're doing, and people are going to want to book you instead of someone who's just like, yeah, I'll complimentary engagement session with every photo shoot. Come on over. It's free. Like, that's not engaging. It's engaging for the people who want free stuff. And that's probably not who your target demographic is. So once you have listened, once you have followed up with those questions, once you have spoken to what they found important, now is the time to prescribe. Because then you actually have a diagnosis to prescribe to. You know them, and you have a better understanding of what they want. And most importantly in this whole thing, they now have a better understanding of what they want. And them having a better understanding of what they need is going to last with them. That is going to hold on whenever they're talking to other photographers. And then they have all the quotes and all of the information and pricing and everything in front of them. And they're being like, all right, we've got these top 3 that we love. Who should we go with? And then they're going to remember how they felt talking to you. They're going to remember the intentionality of the quotes and the packages and the information that you were prescribing to them. And they're going to remember how you asked follow-up questions and you really cared about them, because they're going to remember how much they talked and how much they got to talk about themselves and their relationship with you versus just listening to a pitch about whether or not you should hire them as a photographer. So try this. This is a great way to really make a lasting impact on couples, and also to help them out, because maybe they do decide to go with someone else, but you help them to have a better understanding of what they needed, and they're going to remember that too. There have been plenty of times that someone's gone with someone else, either because I was already booked or they just felt a better connection with them, but then later on, when they had a friend get engaged, they were like, ooh, actually, check out John too. Like, my photographer was great. Also check out John, because I think he would be a really good, he is going to care for you and you're going to have a great experience too. If you'd like to dive into deeper topics like this, I do group coaching monthly in the Patreon community. You can join that. You can join the WIT Friends for the group coaching. And if you would just like some ad-free episodes of this podcast and our new bonus episodes every other week, then you can join the Pod Friends over on Patreon. I have link in the bio or in the show notes for you, probably in my bio as well. If it's not there, it is now by the time I have published this. And have a great week. Keep creating and keep making the world a better place. Bye, y'all.